Meantime, when NFL coaches and owners meet later this month to consider rule changes for the upcoming season, there are hopes they will take on a new proposal that has launched a heated debate. Should the NFL ban and penalize players for using the N-word on the field? Joining me now is the man who proposed that rule, John Wooten, who played in the NFL for 9 years on both the Cleveland Browns and Washington Redskins, and he is now chairman of the Fritz Pollard Alliance, which promotes minority hiring and coaching, as well as in the front office positions. And John, I'm awfully glad to talk to you about this because I think most people would agree with the spirit of the rule, but there is some concern about how it would actually be enforced. So what are you envisioning?
Well, the National Football League, Alex, first of all, thanks for having us on. But the National Football League is a league of rules. You are penalized if you flinch in the National Football League. That's a 5-yard penalty, a false start, and so forth. So what we're saying to the National Football League, or asking really, is that they take in consideration the fact that the N-word and the slurs and racial slurs and all type of derogatory words are being said in the workplace. And we're not just saying there on the field, but also in the workplace, all over the buildings and building and offices and so forth, as a deterrent to the fact of how players have come to disrespect each other. Not only white on black, but black on black and so forth.
Well, John, you make a good point there, because there are people who suggest that it's a new generational thing, I think, where you will have black players using that word with other black players, and their claim is that it's just part of their lingo these days, that they're not meaning it in the heinous way in which it was created years ago.
Well, the root of the word itself, and I'm sure you will agree, and everyone else who have great respect for human dignity will agree that it is, the root of it itself is an ugly word.
Absolutely.
And consequently, the thing in which you want to see happen is that players start to respect each other. And it comes from the very fact of, quote, this word. The incident that precipitated this was what happened in the Philadelphia-Washington game, where a player totally insulted a game day official by calling him MFN, you know. And of course, the player denies this, but we believe that the game day official was right in what he said took place.
So, John,
and consequently, this is what precipitated it.
So, John, but you're looking for this 15-yard penalty for the use. Would you be interested in considering something like the NBA player conduct rules? That's where the league, finds a player, but it isn't necessarily part of the game.
No, I think that what you want to do, as I said earlier, the NFL is a league of rules. And consequently, you want to be in a position where the players are responsible for their action immediately. And if the coaches don't want this to happen, let me give you a good example. I played in the National Football League in the 50s and 60s, when this country was at the height of racism, segregation, and racial turmoil. I played for the Cleveland Browns. And each year, Paul Brown, our coach, said very simply, I don't have any black Browns, I don't have any white Browns. All I have are Cleveland Browns. And if there's anyone that has trouble with that, let us know and we'll have you on your way. The message was simple. If you want to play here, you are going to respect each other as players. And that's what we're calling, let's go back to this. Last week there on another one of the channels outside the line, ESPN, we're looking at young black and white and Hispanic, Asian teenagers. See how they use the word every day, how they call each other this every day. well, all of a sudden, quote, it's going to be a term of endearment. We need to make sure that people, black, white, Hispanic, Asians, whoever, understand how ugly this word is, where it came from, understand the root of the word. The word was derived primarily to make us as people of color feel that we were inferior, that we were subhuman to whites. You can't take that word and use it any other way. I don't care how you spell it. I don't care how you try to say it's a term of endearment. It is an ugly word and should be eliminated from the English language.
John Wooten, I hope people are listening to you. I could not agree with you more, sir. And I got to say, that Cleveland Browns coach who said, I don't have black Browns, I don't have white Browns, I have Cleveland Browns, amen to that. Let's hope that sentiment is carried forward from here on out. John Wooten, good luck with all this. Thanks for talking
Alex,
with me.
thank you much.
You're
We
so
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Sure.